The thoughts, views, and opinions expressed on Leadership Lounge Live are for entertainment and informational purposes only. They do not reflect the official policies, beliefs, or positions of any individuals, organizations, or platforms mentioned. Viewer discretion is advised, and we encourage independent research and critical thinking. Enjoy the conversation and engage responsibly.
Yeah, happy Sunday, y'all. Welcome back. I am your host, Lewis Marshall, here at the Leadership Lounge Live Show, here with my amazing co-host, Miss Adama and Mr. Uriah. How are you both this afternoon?
Lovely. If I can get my camera right. There we go, right there.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday.
Wait, is that Uriah or is that Cowboy Uriah?
Oh, gosh.
I had to start you. Sorry.
Here we go. She's starting early. Hey, she's starting early.
It is officially Cowboy Carter season wrapping up today in Chicago.
Where them fans at?
Where the fans at? Where the fans at?
Oh,
Slippery now.
What?
Hey, so how was it?
I actually don't know. I didn't go. My wife went, and she came back with a lot of party favors that I've been picking out of the bag so I could wear on the show.
I love it.
No, but it was dope. She had VIP texts with her friends, and she got footage. Bro, she was like right there. She got super excited because she said Beyonce looked at her and waved and gave her like a head nod.
That's what I'm talking
about. Hey,
so that's official.
I'm about to come up there and rub against her.
Right? Tell her we want footage. Hey, tell her we want footage. The show
is there. It's there.
Yeah.
I'll reshare it. I'll put it on my page.
For sure.
Yes.
Adama, how are you? What adventure did you go on pre-church this Sunday? What'd you do?
Zip lining? Is it zip lining?
Right. ATV riding? What did we do this week?
You know what, Lewis? I normally don't say this about you because you are good for me. I mean, I always say it's about Cowboy Chicago up there. I'm about y'all right now. Okay, I did nothing. I went. I had some errands to do. I was on mommy patrol. They try to chain me up. These kids. I was on mommy patrol. Yeah.
Parent duty,
and they don't know I'm getting ready to check out come graduation day.
Right, you have to take a break. You gotta take a break, right?
A home break. Y'all gonna be like, okay, it's time to go live. Wait a minute, why is she moving and the car is moving?
Be like, she's already live in the car. Yo, what is she doing? Nah, that's really good though. But that's the goal.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got before we even start the show, but that's the goal. Like you accomplished the goal. Honestly, I'm at the halfway point, and Uriah's at like 30%.
Is he really at 30? He said.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah.
These are in elementary though, right? Right,
Uriah? Yeah. 10-year-old.
No, that's
10-year-old.
Still 30%.
Okay, you know what? That's him having your back.
You're at the end. Yo, you're at 99%. Right. You're at just like Kling.
You got
99%
mark.
Let me tell you guys something. Anybody who lies and tell you that the older that they get, the easier it is. First off, look at them in the face and tell them they're going to hell because that's a lie. Outright lie. The older our little people get. Yeah, the more you want to grab something to drink, or you just want to be like, you know what, I'm done. Whatever you say, whatever you want. You're right. I don't know nothing. I just been around forever.
Hey, and see, then you get to the point where you become the more of the child, and then they start taking care of you at some point.
Right. Yeah.
And that switch just happens.
I'm looking forward to that part.
Yeah, right. Yo, we've already outlined.
I'm ready to be the old guy that just talk crazy and don't care. I want that part.
Are you uncle? Are you uncle?
No, I want to be grandpa, that like crazy grandpa that just says anything.
I love it.
I'm about to be auntie to everybody's kids, to your kids, Lewis, and to
See?
yours, right? Because I'm about to be what? And I have
Yeah.
no grandkids.
See, she gonna be moving around. Hey, yo, we gotta have to prep the audience. Hey, Adama had the weekend off. She's out of town again this weekend. She took a flight. She sent us in footage. She sent her segment in via remote. Look, here she is.
Have my faceless avatar fill in.
I love it. Yeah.
How
Facts.
you guys weekend? You and Jen, how did you and the family?
It's been a good week. It's been a really good, productive week. We've been moving a lot of content around. She's been working on some stuff on the back end. I've been working stuff on the front end. So it's been a really productive week.
I can tell. Got a haircut, looking all fresh.
Yeah.
Over there in Hawaii.
Shout out to our audience. I see Mr. Leslie Blair's in the building, Pete Hall's in the building, Deb's in the building on this end. And if I didn't name you, it's just because I can't see you in the comments. But thank you very much for being here, spending another Sunday with us. We've got an exciting Q&A session for you guys. I want
Donna Bell from the Philippines.
Nice. Shout out to the Philippines. Yeah. I see Miss Natasha Burnett just dropped in. Our last guest is in the house. Shout out to you. Yeah, I just want to real quick get into a question that was sent in to me middle of the week. Miss Jen, can you pop that up on screen? This was a long question, so I'm going to separate this out just a little bit.
What do you do to keep yourself from having tunnel visions with designs? How do you explore every fantastical imagination that you have and push it out the stratosphere? The complexity and layering, the scope and the texture, the details to bring forth magnificent stellar animation that is uniquely yours.
Right.
Let me just say that's a hell of a question.
It is. It is. It really is.
I will go last. Oh,
I'll
listen,
kick
the
it
question is
off.
so
All
dope.
right.
Like, how do you
So
keep
dope. It froze Lewis.
how do you keep
My
from having
bad.
tunnel vision? I try to just keep it fresh. So I try to use my same ideas and then add something new on at the end, like what's happening during that time, or especially like with Midjourney, it's easy to just throw a couple comments in and it kind of like refreshes the whole idea. So you can have a prompt that you've been working with and then just like, what's today? Oh, Beyonce's in town, Cowboy. So just throw Cowboy in and just throw like whatever's going on immediately during your day is how I keep it fresh. Just whatever's happening immediately in your face right now, just put that into your into your designs, and you kind of always stay fresh. You always stay kind of ready, and kind of keep it different while still using like your same method. What do you guys think?
Okay. Let me give you a little bit of. Go ahead and do your fan.
Hit him with the fan.
Hit him. And got killed.
Oh,
Oh, and you finally got it right. Thank you.
there you go. See, he was practicing. He was ready. He was ready.
Almost.
Alma, what do you think?
I stay out of tunnel vision by designing what I'm feeling. Just with the visuals, I ask what the piece should transmit. I really am creative with the part of making sure I do intentional art. So I follow my imagination, but I let clarity shape the outcome. So, for example, I just put up the zebra with the stripes. Love my glow man. And a lot of people And I don't care who likes it. Like, I don't care if you like it or not. But that's a common thing that is always being transmitted when you're doing the work. Even though you don't want to think what people like, you go, a lot of majority of people do that. So in order for me not to have tunnel vision, I speak from a place where it resonates in me. Like, it, I want to be impactful. That's it. That's how I keep, because I could have kept going with my fashion, like posting different layers and different things of that nature. But honestly, I have to switch it up because I have to keep myself grounded in the depths that I can go and keep myself open and not be complacent. And when you're doing, as AI changes and more styles and more, the boundaries, like Midjourney had these updates, I think a couple of weeks back, you want to be a part of that. And so sometimes my style may not be that. So I want to keep myself educated, engaged. So I go off that. I just go what I'm feeling here, and then also thinking about, would this be impactful to one person?
No, and I think
Can I get the sound check, Mike? Thank you, sir. Cowboy.
she's like, get on your job. She's like, get on your job. Come on, drop it for her. No, I think I'm a kind of hybrid of both. I'll speak to my Midjourney users. The one thing that I do a lot of, I permutation prompt. That's the thing that I do the most. So it allows me to kind of be creative and test a lot all at once. So that's the one thing that I do to kind of keep from having tunnel vision. I'm trying a lot at the same time. But then I kind of get into, all right, what am I feeling out of this batch?
Mm-hmm.
Out of this batch, how do I pick and choose? Well, quality, resolution, those lead the way. And then,
Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
nope, you're good. And then being able to really dial in and tap into teaching something about that image, just being able to convey a message about lighting, about how I prompted for it. If there's a specific style, I'll convey that also. But then I am already planning for video. If I've already picked that image, I'm already planning, okay, how am I going to make this move? How am I going to add this and incorporate this into other scenes that I already have going to make a full scene more dynamic or add on to a pre-existing scene? So those are things that keep me from having tunnel vision. I'm always kind of thinking ahead. And then revisiting old ideas are other things that I'll do. Every time that we get an update, so we went from version 6 to version 7, hey, it's basically going to be a new prompt. So I'm test sampling old things also from a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago, just to kind of see how has my style changed and how is it received in the feed. I hope that makes sense.
Totally. I like what you said about just the teaching aspect, right? So it's like if you're teaching it and you're thinking about how other people are going to receive it, it forces you to think even further. And on the flip side, just the learning aspect, like you got to be hungry for learning to learn how to not keep that tunnel vision. Because a lot of times when I first started off in my content creation path, I was like, okay, I'm gonna post something every day. But then it's like you start running out of ideas. Like how many, like what is there can you post every day? So you have to come up with like a system, right? And then once you come up with that system, then you could teach that system. So it's like first you start learning, then you start teaching, and if you keep that going, I totally agree with that with that, Lewis. Teaching it keeps the drive going.
You have to constantly stay on your toes, and that's, I think, for me for video, that's where I've been kind of bouncing back and forth with those that are using Sora and asking them, hey, how are you doing what you're doing in Sora? It just absolutely hates me. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But then on the flip side, I have people asking me, well, how are you doing what you're doing in Kling? I just don't know how you're doing that. So it's really helpful that we internally are able to share information the way that we do to help us each get to the next level. And then we go find experts in other areas. If we're not the expert, then go find them. Go find them and
find somebody to collab with. Just for
Mhm.
example, like I'm a subscriber to Martial Artistry. Like he puts his anything that you've seen me post in the past like month since I've been so busy, all of those are Martial Artistry Lewis's prompts. I use his prompts and then I throw it into the engine to start getting it going. Because when, like I said, this past month has been really busy, so I really don't have like that creative rigor, that juice that keeps me going. So I subscribe to Martial Artistry. He puts those prompts out. I can play with those. So using that as a stepping block to get me to the next level, to get past like that creative block, that or like writer's block or whatever you want to call it, tunnel vision, blockage, creative block, or whatever. Find somebody else that you're digging and use that as a stepping stone to get to the next level.
Yeah, I agree with that part. I I agree with that part. I knew, like, for example, I knew that this summer, like May and April, were going to be busy for me. Yeah, because we're now in May. See the confusion. And then I know I start to ease up towards mid June. I made a calendar. I got together with my chat. We did a calendar, and a lot of things that I do is based off behavioral and psychological things. A lot of things I do is for mental health, and that's where my creativity stems from. Because sometimes people create more with art. Like I can look at Lewis's stuff and tell that he teaches, especially now that we've gotten further down the yellow brick road of AI. And so when I look at Lewis's stuff, I'm like, oh, okay, what's he about to teach? And then Uriah, art gallery. I'm going to do a zebra, and he's going to be. I'm like, what's going on? Oh my gosh! So, I'm like, what's going on? Oh my gosh! I'm like, oh, I love how he pushed the parameter. And that's how I see Uriah's work. But then when it comes to mine, I'm a researcher. I'm a thinker. I love mental health. I love anything healthy. And I like to talk about disturbing things as well. So I like to bring it to the forefront with my art. So I just went ahead and did a whole creative calendar. But I never thought about subscribing to y'all. I just never thought about it. It just now blew my mind right at this moment. I'm like, why haven't I subscribed? But now that I'm getting ready to enter this different phase, it's getting ready to broaden me up more. That is a pretty good question. Whoever asked that question, even though I was like scared because I thought I was gonna get lost at the light. Good job, person. Good job, person. And I hope it was one of our people.
She is. She's in the house. I don't know if she wants her name out there, so I'll just shout out to you in the audience. Yeah, really good question. I don't want to pass this up. I'm reading these comments and I see a name I haven't seen on the show in a while. I see Mr. Chad Nice One Hill is in the building, and he said he went super viral today. Over 7 million views in 24 hours. And we're not just gonna pass that up. Hey, will you please help this man out with some air horns, please?
If I had some disco lights, I'll do it.
I love it. I love it. Hey, Chad, thank you for being here. I appreciate you sharing that with us because, hey, I know a lot of people try to do that and it's really hard to do. So, hey, shout out to you, man. Congratulations. Did either of you guys have any really good questions over the week?
I had a couple. I actually had one what like business focused.
Ooh.
Like I didn't submit it, but it was, is ChatGPT Plus and ChatGPT Pro worth it? Like, is it worth to upgrade to Pro, or should you stick with Plus? Or if you're using Plus, like how does this work? And one thing that I'm a little frustrated with OpenAI is that it's unclear what you get with each one because they're upgrading so much that you kind of lose what you're getting with Plus and what you're getting with Pro. So I think Plus works very well for most people. The $20 holla, I mean, that works the most effective for most
I'm mad you
people.
try to play it like that though. I'm mad. Like, come on. What did y'all teach me before the show? What did y'all teach me before the show? Because y'all know I don't be know. That's crazy work.
Crazy
That's
work.
crazy.
Like, why you trying to play in Chat's face like that?
Yo, but it does though.
It's
Don't
tough.
co-sign him. Don't do it.
It's tough to understand what you're getting with each version. Because at first, like, what's the deep learning? Deep learning was only on Pro. Now deep learning is on Plus. So now it's like, okay, well, what's the difference? Like, why would I pay the 200 if I could pay the 20 and still get the deep research? So I think they just have to like really compact it. I think if you're not doing video, I don't think it's worth going up to the Pro. If what you're using is just chat based, I think the Plus is sufficient.
Yeah, and I know I'm on Plus, but I put that thing to work. I put that thing.
Yeah.
Hey, get to it. Do all
Mine is probably
all
skinny.
of this stuff that I can't afford. Yo,
So
yeah, all of this done.
Mine is a skinny chat because I done ran that thing. I done ran that thing around the corner. It gained some weight because I left it alone a little bit. Then it's back like, come on now, stop it. Stop
have
it.
y'all gotten a message that said your memory was filled?
Oh yeah, I get that probably like every 3 days.
I've had it in a single chat string. I've had it.
Me too.
What do you do to fix it, Adama?
I take it over to a drive. Like the stuff that I go through, I look, you can go over to hit the 3 little dots, go down to your memory, and then you can select which ones you want it to keep and which ones you don't want it to keep. And I did find out one thing. If you make your chat accessible for other chats, meaning you know how they communicate with each other, your memory will not fill as quickly. But if you turn that thing off and you don't want it and you want to be because you think somebody's out to get you, I don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. Where did that come from? I didn't have to say that. But you can leave, if you leave it off, your memory is going to fill up quick. If you leave your memory on, it takes forever. And if you leave it to where it'll teach other programs. So I left mine to teach others and I have not had to clear it for a week, which is crazy. I've done this 2 weeks now. And then it's my point. My little test has proved me right.
How do you like it when it's open to all the other ones? Because at first I was a little annoyed by it because it was bringing in stuff from a different chat that had nothing to do with the chat that I was in. And I'm like, wait, what?
I mean, that's when you put that prompting in. You tell exactly what you want. Like, I hate to say it like that, but you're the captain of that ship when it comes to your chat. When it comes to OpenAI's chat, you're the captain of that ship. You can set it and then tell it that you want it to remember it. And then if you see that it's kind of skipping along, then you go back and you tell the parameters that it's going to be at. Like, we're not playing games, chat. This is the prompt that you're going to go by. And this is the conversation we're going to have. and it will stay within those parameters. Like I've now, because I perfected the prompt for me, I have taken it and I put it to, it's on my desktop on a sticky note, and it's also in my drive. So that I can just copy and paste it. And it's also on my Apple, it's also on the notepad. So I can copy and paste it when I see it's getting ready to start talking about, I don't know, Erykah Badu, when I'm trying to figure out something else.
And I can reiterate that. So I use chat a lot for helping me with video prompts. And so one of the things that I do is, or have run into, is my chat will fill up. It'll just fill up completely. I've just prompted enough that it just fills up. So I have deleted one or two of my prompt queries and then ask it, hey, can you give me training instructions for my next video prompt chat? And it'll give me a quick copy and paste response. And I'll copy and paste that into a new string. And so that'll help me to be able to keep going in the short term. But then I take that copied and pasted response and put it someplace external, just like in a notepad, or put it in my clipboard and save it, whatever that looks like. I keep that on me so that training is quicker and easier when it happens again. So you're not overwhelmed when it actually happens, because it will happen to you, believe it or not. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, someone had asked me, one of the questions was that I had, that it was because I had so many, but then I just gave you the two. But I know one person asked me, what's one thing that people should do right now to stay ahead in tech, or in what we do in the AI art and with AI? The one thing we should be doing right now to stay ahead. I want to say, for me, it's actually becoming, it surprises me, it's actually becoming familiar with your chat. Like, you're asking questions that you literally can press a button and ask your chat, and then you could tell that chat to speak to you in the way that you understand it. And I think we go over this every week. And someone was recently saying that they love my transitions, right? My transitions are only really good because I read, me and chat have an understanding that when I want this animation to look this way, I specifically put in my prompt, transition must be smooth. There should be no man-made, I should not be able to man-made try to do something to make my transition. I need it to come right on through. Now, it takes a couple of reruns to get that to happen, but it does happen. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. And then because chat does not read animation, I would quickly screenshot it off my other phone, and then I would send it to my chat. And it's like, oh, okay, I saw where the transition glitched. And then it'll go back and correct it for me. So for me, it's my chat and the bot that I've trained to keep me ahead of the game with animation. Don't be afraid. I cannot believe I'm about to say it, but I'm going to do it, because he's got that skull necklace on, and it's driving me crazy because I see a purple unicorn. Every time I see that, I want to just be like, oh my God, I get focused on that. But push the button. Do not be afraid.
Let's
Do not be
go.
afraid to mess with the chat. Like, it literally, even if it gives you a wrong answer, take that answer, put it back in Google or whatever search. And Google has now gotten so much better with giving you the answers. Like, don't be afraid. Don't let it hinder you. So I would not be without my chat.
Yo, I love it. I'm trying to look for this, but I had okay, so here it is. So I'm in Kling, and I saw this in the Explore page the other day. So one of the big keys that I am using to stay ahead is trying to do less static still images and work more towards whatever style of video that I'm going to try and tackle. One of the big keys that I noticed was, if you negative prompt with your video prompt, you'll get cleaner results. So as I hear you talking about transitions, I wanted to read a negative prompt that I saw in the feed last night that I was like, oh, if I get a chance, this will be something that might help somebody down the line. So I will make sure to clip this up, Jen. Write this timestamp down right here. So the negative prompt is as follows: unrealistic motion, unnatural movements, pixelated visuals, low resolution, blurry detail, distorted facial features, artificial looking, and their subject was a dragon. So artificial looking dragon scales, unnatural hair flow, oversaturated colors, exaggerated lighting effects, glitch effects, low quality textures, jagged edges, noise artifacts, unnatural reflections, and cartoonish style. I thought that was the best negative prompt I have seen all month long. So yeah, right?
I can't wait for you to do this clip. I can't wait for you to do that clip because I'm gonna be like,
Yo, it's just so this is a negative prompt. They are asking to not include these things. Like they don't.
That was a whole paragraph, bro.
Yo,
that
it
was,
is. It's a full
that was a
paragraph.
lot. Yeah.
basically you said, don't come over here with your
That-
mess.
That. So,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to read this one more time. They said as a negative prompt, they are using Kling 1.6 in professional mode. They said negative prompt, unrealistic motion, unnatural movements, pixelated visuals, low resolution, blurry details, distorted facial features, artificial dragon scales. In this instance, they're making a dragon, unnatural hair flow, oversaturated colors, exaggerated lighting effects, glitch effects, low quality textures, unrealistic fog behavior, jagged edges, noise artifacts, unnatural reflections, and cartoonish style. That is the best negative prompting I've seen all week. Let me quickly shout out. This is at AI Effect Studio on Kling. Shout out to you. That was the best
Nice.
negative prompting all month.
Nice.
You're about to drive Deb crazy over there. She's like, help, I cannot write that fast.
Yo, I got you. I will click this
I
up
told her you're gonna have to
as soon
clip.
as we're done. Don't worry, I got you.
See, Deb,
I
we
got
got you, baby. We got you.
Don't worry. But no, that's being able to resource share with other creators that are in the same space is really key. It's really key. That's how you actually get ahead, honestly.
Yeah.
Being able to be open. Being able to be open. And if you really want to learn it, then you're going to get out your feelings and realize, like, okay, I'm getting helpful advice here while it's given. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I have one more really good question from the audience. And I'm wondering, Jen, if you can put that up on stage, because I thought this was really critical for the people who are working class creators. This is unavoidable.
How do you prioritize your time when it comes to your creative process?
Uriah, straight to you.
Oh, come on, Cowboy Yuri.
How do you prioritize your time when it comes to the creative process?
Mhm.
It's hard. It's hard. Most people fail in time management. And that's usually the first step that I give to most of my clients is time management. And that means everything for everyone all the time. And with creative, it's even more of a struggle because a lot of times when you're in your creative space, it might not also be the profitable space, because you're just doing it because you feel good about it and you want to make other people feel good, but it might not actually make money. So I designate time for everything. I'm a micromanager of myself. So in order to be productive and all around, you have to have a good time management schedule. So you have to segment blocks of time for your creative space. And that looks different for everybody. You have to think about, because you don't want to just block a time off, and that's not when you're the most creative. Like, say 2:00 in the afternoon, you're probably not the most creative at that time because you're probably at work and you probably shouldn't be creative. Most creators I know is pretty creative at night, right? So pick your time, pick your bandwidth, and hold yourself accountable to keeping it in a time frame. Like, I'm gonna just let loose during 9 to 10 p.m. or I'm gonna try to chop it in like 50 minutes here, 20 minutes here. You have to set a schedule for yourself. Like I said, I'm a micromanager of myself, and I think most people should be a micromanager of themselves to keep the productivity high, and especially when you're talking about creativity, because that space takes over everything. Like everybody would rather do their creative work versus their day job work or their less fun work. So you have to make sure you don't let it overwhelm, because it can. You'll be at work making pictures. You'll be at work making videos, or you're supposed to be doing something else and you're doing that. So keeping yourself on a regimented time frame, on a schedule is my suggestion. What do you guys think?
Adama?
Oh, that was good. I'm supposed to be last. Okay, I'll go. Yeah.
You said you were gonna go after him.
Okay, all right. I just got. I was too busy focused on his necklace.
ADHD.
I was focused on that necklace. Just keeps drawing my attention. Okay, so I break mine up into. I do break mine up because I realize that I'm more creative when I wake up and right before I go to sleep. So I try to do everything together. So I will create loads of things, and then I will go back and reflect on it and then say, okay, I'm going to do this. Like that zebra, I keep going back to Glow Man. I created it weeks ago, but now I felt like it was time for it to come out. And I also do a lot of like writing, spoken word, things of that nature with mine. So I create more when the house is quiet. And then I've also learned to manage my time a lot better, especially with social media and with my messages and things like that. I'm like, I will tune everything else out and give this part literally 15 to 25 minutes, and then I'm done. Because I realized, I think it was a couple of months back where I was going through a dry spell. I was like, oh, I'm exhausted. I can't do this no more. I'm done. This is before I even got on the show. I was like, I'm done. I'm tired of posting. I just don't want to do this anymore. And then I realized that I had to take a step back, and I realized that I was just doing too much. I was literally doing too much. It doesn't take that much to post. If I go ahead and just spread everything out that I have, like basically in my mind, it's like I'm laying out all the images, and then I will go back and pick what's best for me. So in the morning, I might pick the items that are best for me and I post. Or in the evening when everybody's relaxing, and then I'll post. But my goal is also to create traffic. So I go and I do it like that, because the less stress you have, the better. The less stress that you have when it comes to this, the better. And then you can kind of feel the people who do it intentional, like they want it to speak to you, versus people who are like, I'm going to post a picture of a fingernail. I don't know. I need to work. Fingernail with hot pepper. I'm just going to do that. What? Get off. Don't do that. But that's what I do. I mean, develop your own system. Develop your own system. And then here I go. I'm going to resort back to Chat GPT. And there's other chats This is just the one that I use. If chat knows when you are most available, it will create a calendar. It will create a time that will speak for you. Like you're like, oh, that's right. I am available from 9 to 9:15. I could come up with something real quick. Help me come up with something. It's there to take the load off. Any AI like that.
I like that. I like that a lot. I will say for me, I know who asked this question, so I want to give context without giving too much information away. I know that this is a working class creator. I understand why he's asking the question that he is. So I'm going to give my working class creator current schedule, and I'll break it down from I'm hours behind everybody else in the mainland. I'm 3 hours behind the West Coast and 6 hours behind the East Coast. So posting times of day for me are really a challenge, just no matter how you spin it. So what I'm doing for this individual who asked the question, hey, I'm batch creating in Midjourney. I'm using -- repeat. I'm permutation prompting. And then out of that big batch of results from Midjourney Alpha, I'm pre-scheduling out content during the times of day I'm just unavailable. Sleep times, peak times while I'm at work, I pre-schedule all of that out ahead of time. And then I kind of backfill everything else for me early in the morning before I'm going to work. And then after I've got off work, but after I've taken an hour from me, like Lewis time, I'll go into kind of creative mode from there. I also do that in terms of days of the week. So one day off of the week, I'm just pre-scheduling content out for next week. There's certain points in time that I want to just get farther ahead because it's busy at work for me. So I'm not able to answer questions, answer DMs, take a quick call. I'm just unavailable. So I kind of pre-schedule that time or that content out ahead of time so that I'm able to focus on the things that I need to be focused on when I'm not in creative mode. And when I am, I'm able to utilize and leverage that time wisely. And I'll mirror what both Adama said and Uriah said. A lot of it comes down to time management and developing a system. But I would say the developing a system is really key. It's really critical. Finding a process that works for you, even if it doesn't work for other peers around you. Find what works for your unique circumstance. And then the other thing I would say is I would dedicate a social media chat agent. Like in my chat GPT, I would make a chat agent or a social media agent to help guide me through, hey, when do I need to be posting based on where I am in the world and who I want my target audience to be, where do they live, and when are they on platform. So looking at your metrics is going to be the other thing that I would throw in there. Since they took my input, look at the data. Don't base it off of a feeling. Actually go look at the data inside of your metrics and figure out when are they online. The people that are actually going to receive the information, when are they on platform? That's when you should be posting. That's when you should be actually investing time into them and what the audience is telling you they want to see. I'll yield there. I see my guys in the building. I'm glad you got a chance.
I approve that message. I approve of that message.
What's up?
I do want to shout out Natasha also said like with her memory, she pasted in Word, take that memory back to chat and have chat shrink it to 50% and tell it to keep the original points and combine everything else. Then you have it to save that memory.
Oh, good.
That's
That's good.
totally that's solid. Like I have my prompt and then you put it in and you tell it to engineer it for another prompt or for another LLM and save that hard coded. So then you could see how it talks. And then you could adjust it however you want. Like I'm like, wait, that's what it's in there? Like I'm gonna take that part out and I'm adjusting that and I got that in notes. And then that's what I'm like sharing to you guys. Like when I did the video director prompt, like that's exactly what I did. I put it in note, tweaked it a bit, and it went through a three or four process because it had everything in there. It had the video prompt, the caption, the narration. So then it gives you everything that you want based off what you want.
Oh, that's good.
Mhm.
Oh, that's good.
I've kept all my popular ones, and then I like it that I can now go back because AI's gotten a lot smarter. I mean, it's going to be smarter as soon as we hang up. But I love when I go back and it's like, and I'm like, a couple of months ago you said this, and it's like, please disregard this message. Now, I'm like, yeah, so you were stupid then. Okay, I shouldn't say stupid, y'all. That's just me being extra Pisces. I'm just being
but it's also like, hey, we're interacting with AI at its infancy stage. It's not gonna get no dumber than this.
Right.
Oh, can
only
you
get better.
I wish I could say, Jen, what number is this? So pin that so you can run that back.
It ain't gonna get no dumber than this.
It is not. And I really want to say that when you have been, kudos to you, Lewis. You have been pushing these our previous clips, and I know I said it's pre-show, but I want to say this. Kudos to him that he's been pushing our fabulous guests that we've all had. And one of the things that I know, this is probably off topic, but I'm going to say it real quick. AI is getting smarter every single second, every single day. So for you not to, I'm about to say it again, y'all, push the buttons. For you not to push the buttons and take advantage of this, and shout out to Toy for her new website. For you not to push the buttons and then do what it takes to build yourself right now while AI is at its lowest form. It's ridiculous, because as soon as AI gets to another level, let's call it mid-level, because let's think of it as business, as entry, mid, senior. So right, and when AI gets to its mid-level, it's going to start weeding out those things, and it's going to make it harder to have a business. I just want to say that. Like, I want people to really
be behind a paywall. All is going to be paid. Like everything
you
is
really
free
have
now.
to think about this. Like, so when you're sending us these questions, which is great. Again, kudos for this segment here. Send in questions that are going to be like that, because I'm telling you, you can sit and really, for anybody who's studying patterns and numbers, you can literally look at where AI is going. Like, it don't have time to play no games.
Okay, I got a real quick follow-up. I want to give you your chance, but I got a real quick follow-up from both of you guys. What's the model that you use the most? And this is from Chad in the comments.
When you say model, what's
the
ChatGPT model?
On chat, yeah.
I go through a lot.
Well, I'm on Pro, so it's a little different, right? So I'm using the Pro mode, and the Pro mode, like when I first train a chat, I'm using the Deep Think because I wanted to go and I wanted to research everything. I wanted to go and do completely nerd out, and then I turned that off because it gets weird. Like it doesn't give you responses the way you want it when it's in Deep Think. Like I wanted to do Deep Think to get all of the information, and then I turn it off, and then I start prompting it like, okay, based on what you learn, then do this, and that. then it goes through a few sessions, and then I go through there. I've been using 01 Pro and 03, and I mean, I've been using a lot because, like, when you say which one I'm using the most, it's hard because, like, my video one is still on 4.0. Like, it's on 4.0, but it's on Pro. I got turned Deep Think on first, then turned it off. So it's still on there. But then, like, all the new stuff is on, like, 03. And then a lot of different, my video one is on Pro. My Midjourney one is on, like, 4.5. It's kind of just all over the place. It's hard to say which one I'm using the most because I think the one I use the most is probably the 4.5, but I don't look at that as the most valuable either. Like if I start a new one, I'm doing it the pro mode with Deep Think, so I get the most bang for my buck.
Adamo, what about you?
I am a fair lover. I said I was gonna be good. So I use
Clip. Already.
I don't
Clip.
discriminate. I mean, it's been 20 minutes now. We're like on 50 minutes, so don't eyeball me. Don't eyeball me,
Nope.
Lewis.
No, I didn't say anything. Go. You got it.
Okay. So I use 4.0 majority, but because I am plus and you can come to my cookouts, I'm ready for a boom, boom, like a little drum roll. You can come to my cookouts. Uriah's cookouts, you got to have candles and you know, escargot and stuff like that. Okay, so for me, I use 4.0 and you know, you can use 4.5, but it only gives you can only use it 25 times. Or the Deep Think, you can only use it 25 times. So I do use all 25 of mine. I'll go hard for the first 15 days.
25 times per month or per day? Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't know. But I use my 25. I think it's for the month, right? Don't get me. Now, you know I have my ADHD.
Okay, so that's a follow-up for next week. That's what I hear.
Yeah, so I only use it when I'm getting ready to start something brand spanking new and I want the research on it, and then I can follow back up with it later to make sure that it's still staying within the parameters that I prompted it. Don't give me no fluff. Don't appease me. I need actual facts. I need for you to think like this. So I would use that, and then I'll go use 3.5 for like just cool basic stuff because I love experimenting with the questions, and 3.5 will come back like, you know, okay, here you go. You know. So I go through all of them.
Yeah, I'm a 03, 04 mini. Those are my two. 04 mini high as a hybrid.
The mini cons.
Like this is what I'm talking about. Like I don't.
Okay,
all these different ones. What do you use 04
so
mini for?
okay. So 03 is it uses advanced reasoning. 04 mini is fastest at advanced reasoning. So hey, just do it, but do it fast. I don't got all the time to play around.
Right.
Hey, just get it and get it done. 4.0 is going away, so I don't even fool with that. I don't do a whole lot of coding, but I do want a chat to be able to like have that capability. So I will use that for very specific circumstances. It's a very specifically trained chat that I'm using that, you know, great at coding and visual reasoning. That is a very specific use case. But for everything else, yeah, 04 mini, 03.
You don't play around with the other ones? Like, come on, let me just touch
I don't
it.
have time. So, okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have.
We just talked about time
time.
management. Hey, we just talked about time management. I'll give context. So if I'm doing editing for Lounge, Lewis, Marshall Artistry, and then scheduling for all of that content, when do I got time to play around? Adam, a direct question. When do I have time to play around?
You know what? There's no such thing. This is me being but there's no
Nah,
such thing
come
as
on.
closed door. You can just go in there and you can be like, oh, I can tell you, you can use it in a way where, or see, you don't do a lot on your desktop. I do things on my desktop
Perfect.
and on my phone. So I have my desktop running chat. I have my phone running chat in a different format. And then I have my tablet running chat someplace. Listen,
Uh-huh.
I'm like the red velvet cupcake. I'm just rolling around, run around. I'm like, didn't I tell you to put it this way? Stay in the parameters. I mean, I know.
So, but you prefer to be on a desktop where I'm always on the go.
Mm-hmm.
So some of it is just use case. It's just easier for me to bounce back and forth between the two phones. Okay, Toy. Hey, will you pin her link up there, please? She just said, thanks, bro. Lewis Marshall, New AI Business Live. www.thedigidolls.com.
I know. I just said her name earlier. I was like, Toy, shout out.
Nah, I wanted to make sure she got it actually in the comments, so that way it's embedded in there. Thank you, Toy. I know we kind of got a little off track, but hey, I think that it's important we have these conversations.
We need to be like Leadership Live special ADHD.
Right.
Get in where you can come in. We really need a show where we just spin the wheel. We just spin the wheel.
Hey, it's coming. Don't worry. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to.
Spin the wheel like Mariah Carey with that cowboy
hat. VIP after hours and VIP. We'll have both. Where I want to have some other kind of conversations too. A little more spicy. A little more pointed conversations. Maybe not kid friendly. Not put the kids to bed. Put the kids to bed. It'll be one of those kind of shows.
It's already evening on our end.
I know.
It's the middle of the day for you. It's already evening.
But that'll be put the children to bed and have them paywall.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Another disclaimer video.
Yes. Oh, for sure. For sure.
Where Lewis does this with his eyebrows. Right.
Hey, real quick, I do want to just shout out to everybody who's in the chat. I also want to shout out those that are in the watch party. I saw Miss Kid Yaya. I saw Deb is bouncing back and forth. And another former guest, Mr. Sammy Dub, is in the house. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate you guys for being here. Okay, so Uriah, I know you had one more question that you dropped in before pre-show. I'm wondering if you can kind of touch on that real quick.
Someone asked about the services I offered. And I don't know if you could pull it up. I do business coaching, I do life coaching, I do career coaching, and I also do like school coaching, which is more like mentorship. I've been doing all of these, I think, I would say like most of my life. I was a mentor early on. I think I started in 6th grade, and through college, I was a mentor. Then once I got to professional, I was a mentor at work. So that's like where the career coaching comes in. And also the life coaching. Like I didn't even know what a life coach was until 2020. And I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, this is what I usually do for people for nothing. So I started getting into life coaching and then business accountability coaching. And that's kind of what we was touching bases on earlier in the conversation. It's how do you get your life together? How do you get your business together? I look at it as like I said, like having a therapist at work or on a job or a workout. Like everybody knows how to work out, but you need that coordinator on you to keep you accountable, to keep you going. Like, yeah, anybody can do push-ups, anybody can do jumping jacks, but how to do everything in the right order to make sure you train your entire body, that's you need the professional with you, and that's what I do with the business accountability coaching and also the life coaching. Um, my family used to have a nutrition, a health food store. So in the life coaching and the business coaching, if you get the business coaching, then you also get the life coaching embedded in it. Because a lot of times to keep your business, your entrepreneurship going, you need to make better habits just in your day to day life. Because you have to really balance your business and your life in order to make it happen. Because we just talked about the time management, right? When you feel overwhelmed, that's when you get distracted. That's when you think you can't do it anymore because you're making too many decisions. The more decisions you have to make, the more stressed the mind becomes. So I help you time manage everything, get everything in order, and you have to make less decisions because you're thinking more efficiently. You have a system in place. So I kind of help you get to the next level depending on whatever level you're at. I help you get to the next level. If you already have your business established, then I help you get to the next level, like increasing revenue. If you already have the revenue that you want and you want to do something else, then we develop a plan for that. So depending on where you're at, I help you get to the next level. And that's in business and that's in life or your career, or if you're still in school and you need a mentor, how to get to the next level in anything that you're doing in your life.
Oh, wait, you're right. What about content? Can you help me with my content, please? I don't know what I'm doing.
Prompt, please. Prompt,
Prompt,
please.
please. I need it today.
Yeah, just I mean that'll fall in the business coaching side. Develop a plan. Like you need a schedule. Like what are you really trying to do? Like are you really doing this for a business or are you doing it just to have fun? And you need to make that decision in order to get to the next level. Like a lot of the decisions that you've been making is probably not the best as for a business, but for a creator, it's okay. But once you take it to the business side, you have to start being more productive. You have to get on a regimen and you have to be consistent. And you have to start making more efficient decisions. So you're more efficient. So you're not making as many decisions that becomes overwhelming. Because then that's when you start wanting to lean more towards the creative side and not on the business side. You do the creative side because that's fun, but you ignore the business side of it because that's not fun. I help you do the stuff that's not fun and make it more digestible.
Mhm. Mhm. Well, and I think that you do a really good job because I know we talk a lot offline, probably more about other stuff than content. But we talk about a whole wide variety, and I know that it's always coming from a business perspective when we're having a conversation. We're viewing it through that lens. So um, I definitely would recommend you to a fellow friend, and I have recommended you to several friends. So uh, yeah, I think that's a really good answer. I think it's really going to help somebody else out there. And you're accessible is the other thing. Some other coaches aren't as accessible, so I can definitely speak to that.
Right, because you're probably gonna get some free work out of me anyway, just sending me a couple text messages, right? So just hit me up on text message. I only take so many at a time because I have other commitments. But once I do onboard you and we get to going, we get to cooking. We get to cooking, and not to brag, but I haven't had any bad feedback yet. If anything, it was like, okay, it's too much. You're right. You gave me too much. I need to take a break. I need to digest all of it to get it all together. You gave me too much to do, but you gave me all good stuff. So then it's like then we continue to move forward. So if you sign up, you're gonna get more than what you paid for.
That's what they need. That's what they need. Hit that horn. Hit that air horn. Hit the air horn. Like, what are you doing? Hit the air horn. Come on.
You know, I never do it on myself. Like it's too
I
hard for
know.
me to
That's why I'm like, hey, come on, what are you doing? Adam, are you quiet?
Oh, I'm listening. But
What
we
do you
were in
what do you
serious
think?
mode, so I was really
I
listening.
know,
I mean,
right? You see how we
yeah,
switch real
yeah, I was
quick.
listening. I was like, a lot of people don't know what to do with serious Adama.
Well, and that's we get to have fun out of my on Sundays most of the time, but every now and then you serious it out.
Every once in a while, I'll be like, wait a minute, take it down octave, let her go,
we get her focused. We get her focused.
come back to reality.
Bring it back. Bring it back in.
We're back.
Bring it back in. Nah, I want to just special shout out to everybody who's on the feed today. I think this has been a really fun feed and it's been informative for everybody. Did you either of you guys have any other questions that you wanted to review?
I don't. I really don't. I just want people to take advantage of everything that's out there because it drives me bananas. It just when I know that it's right there in front of you. I wish I could say this. I say it every time. Like ask the questions and do not be afraid and take away what you feel. Know your own worth. If you know your own worth, your creativity will go everywhere. It'll just go far. Don't sit and look for praises and accolades from everybody. Like, I mean, when I put my animation or whatever out, I don't even care if I get no likes. Like, I'm really good with it because I'm like, whoo, I completed it. I did that.
Mm.
I mean, just yeah, come on. Don't be so stagnant. And if you're feeling stagnant or if you're spinning circles, there's avenues. There's avenues. And I call it, the fog, frustration, overload, gridlock. Just ugh, that just it irritates me. So just push through, keep going, keep asking questions.
I love that. I love that because
That
when I
make her
first
say it again. Remix that. Come on, bring it back one more time.
Frustration, overload, and gridlock. When I get my website is coming. So when you see my website, that's one of the things I'm focused on. Creativity fog. There's a way to get through the fog. The fog is not meant for you to stand there or cut your bright lights on because you're just going to keep blinding yourself. The fog is meant for you to dim the lights, sit and think, like just I'm going to get through it, and then find a directive out of it. So just don't sit there, don't get frustrated. Don't do that. Don't in that final stage, that gridlock, like because you're missing out on opportunities that are put there for you.
Okay, so I want to ask a question. I want to ask a question, but I want to ask this delicately so that we cannot step on any toes. How do you, to my co-host, how do you manage the hate? How do you manage the hate? Like,
I need for you to go raw. Come on, be raw with it.
I'm trying to
well,
be
that's actually what I was about to mention. I was like from
Yo.
her, that's what I was gonna say. Like when me and Adama first started connecting, one thing she said to me was like, "You don't care. You just post." And I never even thought about it like that, like not caring, just posting whatever you want. And I was like, but when she said it, I was like, oh, that's why people get upset because I'm not doing everything. I'm not doing what everybody else is doing. Because she was like, you just posted and you don't you don't even care. And I was like, wait, what are you talking about? She's like, no, you just posted. You like, I'm gonna post this. It's gonna be totally off base, and you just gonna post it like whatever. And I never
get on the mic and drop it. Just get on the mic and drop it. That's what we do. Yeah, on the mic.
Before she said that, I never even thought about it like that. So that's when I was like, oh, okay, that's what people are talking about Well, that's where the hate comes, right? Because I was posting stuff where I was getting kicked out of groups because I wasn't posting stuff in line with everybody else. I was posting video where people were still just doing images. I was getting kicked out of groups. So it's like you just like what Adam was saying, like you can't think about it. Like you just have to just do it. Like you have to push through, and nobody's going to be on your side in the beginning. Most people aren't going to be on your side, especially if you're an early creator, early entrepreneur. Most of the time, what you're saying sounds crazy to other people, especially the people close to you. So you can't rely on them as support. Most people are going to be, you could either think of them as a hater, which is probably the more healthier perspective versus validating what they're saying. Because if they say like your stuff is trash and you absorb that, then you won't go forward. If you just look at it like, oh, they a hater, and you keep pushing forward, then you're gonna keep it moving. And ain't that what Cat Williams said? Like, you want haters. If you had, you need more haters, right? So if you're looking at it from that perspective to keep it moving, I would say go that route.
And I'm gonna piggyback off what Cowboy Carter Uriah said. I remember when we had our conversations, and I said to him, I'm like, what were you thinking when you posted that? I was thinking it was dope. I was like, yo, it's real dope. But what are you doing? And then I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm wasting too much time sitting still. Post it. And listen, I love the natural beauty of a woman, any size. And what I love about a woman in particularly is what I love about being a woman is all the things that we possess. And if you cower yourself or put yourself or make yourself smaller, it's going to come out in your work. I'm just going to say that. It's going to come out in your work. Step outside yourself. Do the body types that people don't talk about, and then make her show up and show out. Same thing with, and what I'm saying, the reason why I say that is because it gives you a different type of training of not accepting what the norm is going to give you versus what you have now learned. Like, I know how to build all types with the new Midjourney 7, and that was hard because I was used to Midjourney 6, and now I know finally how to get the color. And I was kicking myself in the butt when we had a show a couple of weeks back, and I was like, oh, I have no issues with the skin and the color. That's because I didn't dive into version 7 the way I needed to, and there is an issue with it. But now I know what to say to it to get to where it wants to go. But if I say that to circle back, that if I was so focused on what everybody thought, I would have never tested those parameters for myself. Do what speaks to you and watch how it goes. If you do it intentional, it's going to come off like, yo, he's dope, she's dope. And if not, there's a level of respect that you get. And if you don't get that respect, guess what? A higher power already has that respect for you. So don't do this because you want to learn and you want to better yourself. And so that's what I appreciate about Uriah when him and I connected. He was like, oh, I just did this. And he'll send it to my phone. I'm like, what the hell? Can you please put a warning on this? Stop it. What have I done to you and your generation of people? Like, stop sending me this. And he's like,
yeah, in the middle of the night. Hey, in the middle of the night.
Yeah. He'd be like, yo, clown. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah, but that's how we all push each other. And I think that's something really unique. And I know I've said this before in the past, but it's like, hey, that whole build and grind in Unleashed, that's only gonna happen once, Once it's done, it's done. The build is done. We already did it. So everybody who comes behind, they get to see all the After Effects stuff. So listening to you guys say this, and I know he sent me the stuff too. Don't trip.
No.
He sent me the
Like,
same. He sent me the same messages. Hey, what you think of this? Hey, sometimes he won't even say nothing. He'll just send it. And
Try
it's
this
like,
code. Try this code.
Brad,
And
you're
then you
supposed
try
to
the
be
code, and it's
asleep.
like,
You're supposed to be asleep.
oh yeah. People sleep around that time. He's like, nah, my mind just cut on.
Right. But
Good
then at the
morning.
same time, it's also like Uriah has his own unique style. Like it's just his unique style. He has his own character. So I look forward to seeing his characters in all the different places, all the different styles, all the crazy themes. Like I actually look forward to that. And now that we're at video, I'm like, yo, what's he gonna make today? So as a content consumer, I enjoy that creative level, but I also really appreciate when like he just posts whatever. It takes me a little bit to get to like, all right, I'm kind of ready to post that. It's okay for me to post that. And that's just, hey, I'm an artist. I'm a sensitive about my shit. So I don't
Right.
post everything but I also realize that, hey, we're in a day and age where once it's out there, it's out there. And it is very common now for that work to be taken, redistributed, duplicated, recreated in a new way. And so I'm very careful about what I put out and why. The why is the real big key for me. I just want to inspire people. Wouldn't have said, I just want to hustle and motivate.
But you
Like,
don't think that limits you, Lewis? Because you dope. Like when you put so much emphasis on it. Like for me, example, I do the teapots, I do the bodies. Like for a long time, I didn't want to do that. Then somebody up in the corner named Cowboy Uriah, he pushed me. He was like, "Yo, post that. That's so hot." And I'm like, "Oh my god, I don't want to post that because what if they think I'm out here in the social media streets?" He was like, "What? You just spent so much energy talking about that. Post it." Right? But you don't think so. Now I'm posting things like that and it's expanding my parameter. You don't think that with the level that you're on now, like, I just don't feel like you should hold yourself back.
so mine is a more focused.
Push the buttons.
But mine is more focused on, okay, I've already learned how to talk to Midjourney. I now want to learn how to talk to the video platforms. Like that's where I am just bursting at the seams. I'm having so much fun.
So I get it. Me and
But
Uriah are
but
at the
it,
frat parties.
but it circles back down around to an early lounge conversation. Solo Lewis. Hey, the content, it costs to make the content. You like it costs time, energy, resources to make content. No matter how you spend it, no matter how you
it
spend
costs money.
Okay, this is why you're the governor, and
It
we
costs
are.
money.
This is why you're the governor, and we work in the office. Okay, because me and Uriah, I'm like, hey, you going to that frat party? He like, yep.
it. Hey, he gonna
already
tell you
there.
the same thing, yo.
You heard me, Uriah? Yep. I'm like, Uriah, you going to a frat party? You're like, I'm already there. And I'm like, I'm coming. And meanwhile, Lewis is like this. Guys, we spent a lot of money to get to this location. Let's think about this. This is why you're the governor. This is why you're the host. Because
Right?
that's smart. I mean, it's smart when you sit and think about it like that. Because I just be corrupt. It's Uriah's fault.
So now we're again, are we just doing it to post to get likes, or is there a big why to the posting? That's where Uriah comes. I just am around Uriah, so now it's embedded.
It's not in our circle. It's not in our circle. None of us, none of the three of us, we don't do it for likes. And now I include Jen as well. So that's a whole forward. We don't do it for likes. I'm like, we do it because this is what we have a passion for. I mean, no,
True.
and we
Hey,
all
one
know
of
our
our
worth.
previous guests, Kim said, "Yep, post it, let it go.
Hmm.
Just post it and let it go. Come
Like
on,
Frozen.
24-hour prompt party,
Ain't that the truth? Yeah.
24-hour. We just you wake up and start posting.
Yeah.
Because think about it, what I send y'all, I got stuff that I didn't send.
Yeah.
So it's like, think
I
about it.
know.
Everybody got stuff that they don't send. So
Hmm.
once it goes out, I usually send y'all the first draft of what I'm about to post.
Yep. Pre-video.
Pre-video.
Oh, we're so lucky, so fortunate.
Right? But yo, that's watching your guys' process from start to finish. Watching your guys' process helps me along because there is no wrong way to do what we're doing. We're all figuring it out in real time.
Yeah.
Like there's no wrong way. So I appreciate getting to see, oh, this was the pre-video for Uriah. Oh, this is what he did with it. Hey, did you just text prompt it or did you actually use an image? Oh, okay. Did you storyboard it or did you just like stitch it together yourself manually? Oh, okay. Huh. I do mine a little bit differently. Maybe I should try tweaking this part of the process. So where there is no right or wrong way.
There isn't. Mm-mm. We just need to host a work. We just need to host a workshop in Hawaii. Okay. We can't host I'm trying to get there. We just need to host a workshop in Hawaii.
I would love
You
that.
know what? I will do a video editing course if it's paid and they pay for us to go to Hawaii.
I would do a creative course where, and I even be your ghost face creator. So I'm also offering my website where if you need a ghost face creator, you can, we'll work together. You can take all accountability. You can just take it. I'll create it. I start from start to finish, animation, posting, wording, everything, and you can take it. For those who are like, I can't get out the fog. It wants to eat me.
I think we're there. I'm ready for Uriah, what do you think about over the summer? We should do an editing course.
I'm with it. I mean, honestly, I think we're about to come on a year anniversary when I first came on and did the editing course. So
time for
let's
2.0.
run it back. Let's run it back.
Time for 2.0. All right. Okay. We went over a lot today. There's,
It's Uriah's fault.
It's a lot. It's a lot in this episode. But I hope that it was helpful for not only us as the lounge crew, but everybody who's watching on the live and for those that are watching on the replay. If you can, let us know in the comments, what was your biggest takeaway from this week's episode? I think there was a lot to choose from. I hear some fumbling. What happened? Somebody falling over.
Uriah and that dang on fan.
I'm
While you're talking.
I'm weak. At least he didn't throw the music on. He gonna wait all the way till the end. He gonna cut me off with the music. I already know. Can't stand him sometimes.
Yeah, thank you. Get with it. I'm gonna make that a shirt.
Nah.
I wish you could see my face.
Hilarious. Nah. Adam, I always let you go first. Tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me right there. And soon you'll be able to find, and I'm on all social platforms. I now decided to take a step back into TikTok because TikTok goes through all these different phases. So I decided to step back into it. Soon my website will be up and you'll be able to find me there as well. And you can always DM me, message me. And I'm here. I'm here because I am rooting for you. And that's where you can find me at, right there. Look, our awesome producer. Let me just put a little squeeze on it. There you go.
Yay. Awesome. Uriah?
You can find me on Facebook or LinkedIn at my name, Uriah Muhammad. You can also see the link right there at linkapp.com at Profit Productions, where you can see a lot of my past work. You could book a meeting for a consultation, or you can make a payment. I offer content creation coaching. I offer business coaching, also editing classes. Pretty much whatever you need from this perspective. AI, prompt engineering courses. I can do it all. Just let me know whatever you need. I could help you get to that next level.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, I'm digging the hat. I'm not mad at the hat, bro.
It's in Chicago. So I'm kind of mad at it.
Hey, Cowboy Carter. Cowboy Carter.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the hat. Hey, this was a really fun episode. I want a special shout out to Chad. Yo, congratulations. He said he's up to 8.1 million views. It's a video that's pinned to his page. Definitely go check it out. I also want to give a special shout out to my brother, Mr. Leslie Blair. He is who covers all of our music. Uriah, that is your cue. Run the music, sir.
Welcome to the Leadership Lounge.
So that is our guy, Leslie Blair at Betterville Music. He is on all platforms. We should have a link up there for him. My name is Lewis Marshall. I am the host here at Leadership Lounge Live. I am also the airbrush artist at Marshall Artistry. This is the home of the prompt packs. We have got image prompts, video prompts. We've got cinematic training guides for you. I got some goodies coming for my subscriber hub. I ain't gonna front. Y'all about to get spoiled. Yeah, I got some goodies that I had on my old phone, just found again. So I want to be able to share that stuff with you. Should have a bunch of video prompts over this next week. So definitely tap in if you are not already subscribed. Aside from that, you can find me on all social media platforms at Marshall Artistry. I am here to be a resource. So if you have a question and you see me in these social media streets, drop it in the comments. That's a real good way to get a hold of me. You can also drop it in the DM if you have direct questions that you don't feel comfortable asking in public. Aside from that, this is a real great show, guys. Thank you so much. Yeah, busy week coming up. We've got a couple of really dope shows that are going to be scheduled over the next couple of weeks, culminating in a really special surprise. Stay tuned for more details. Aside from that, I love y'all. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I'll see y'all later. I love y'all.
Welcome to the Leadership Lounge.
All right.